What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. If you frequent this channel, do me a favor, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Don't know if it do a whole lot, but everybody say hit the like button when you come in, so I'm saying it. I don't want to miss out. You know how we are. We want to all be a part of it. So thanks for tuning in, rocking with me. I seen a post on Facebook that got a lot of comments. Everybody, difference of opinion. Some people agreeing, not agreeing. But a woman, I believe she had three or four kids. I only read it once, and I was like, I'm gonna talk about it. I believe she had three or four kids, and she was saying that men had tried to tell her she was no longer a high value woman, and she was disagreeing by saying, "I'm sorry, let me correction." She had three or four kids, all by three or four different men. So I'm gonna go low. Let's just say she had three kids by three men. Let's just do it that way. Three or four kids, three kids by three different men. And she was saying that just because she had that situation, that she was still a high value woman. That those children with different fathers did not change her from being a high value woman. So I wanted to address that. And I want to say, first of all, that any woman that's in that particular type situation, let me be very clear. You are still, if you have three kids, if you have one kid, if you don't have any kids, you somebody's daughter, sister, friend, you are valuable. Let's just get that out the way. When men are speaking of being of high value, we're not taking away from the value you have or your worth as a mother or as a friend. The human value that you have just as a person, you do have value. Your value is no higher or lower than anybody else's. As far as a human being, your value don't change. A woman with three kids, three different men, in terms of just being a human being, her value is not lower than a woman who has no kids and is still a virgin. As a human being, I want you to be clear, okay? But don't confuse your worth as a person with your relational value. Those are two different systems there. Your worth as a person will speak to your friends, the fact that you're a human being, the fact that you're a mother, the fact that you're a sister, the fact that you're somebody's cousin, the fact that you may be an employee somewhere or an employer. That's one level of value. But when we're talking about relational value, and this is what men are speaking on, that's the value you will bring to a man looking for a serious partner. And when men go to look for a serious partner, we place value on the perceived history of a woman. I listen, we could talk about this. It don't matter we could talk about this all day long. I'm telling you, this is how men think. We're not gonna change a whole lot. Right or wrong, this is where men are. When we are talking about a high value woman relationally, we generally are going to be looking at the history of that woman. including maybe her sexual history. In other words, you're not going to be a known, because you could be undercover and nobody know. You're not going to be a known hoe. And men find out about it and still consider you to be a high value woman. Not relationally. Now again, if you're a hoe, you still have value as any other human being walking across the face of the earth. I want you to understand the difference. But when we're talking about relationally, when we're talking about when you say high value, you're looking at something that is sought after and hard to find, which is why it will be valuable. The more rare something is, the more valuable it is. This is what gives things value. The more rare, the higher the value. So relationally, men will look at the history of a woman. If she has 3 children, and again, I'm not bashing nobody that's in that situation, I'm not saying that you have not changed, and I'm not saying that you have not overcome, and I'm not saying that you have nothing to offer. I'm simply putting you in the mind of men. We have to go by what we see, what is perceived in the marketplace. 3 children, not married, let's say, to none of the men, 3 different men. Men look at that, and then we will determine, based on what we see her history was, we're not going to necessarily say that is a high value woman. Again, I know if you in that situation, I know that those words may seem harsh, but I'm simply telling you how men think. When we're looking at the value of a woman, we're going to look at the history of that woman. That's going to be one of the first things we look at. All the dudes that say they don't care about this, they don't care about that, maybe they don't. But if it's known, if people know, man, she done been with half the school. Man, she done been with half the college. Man, she done been with the whole football team. I'm just telling you, man, they're not gonna consider it to be high value. They're gonna smash because they don't think everybody else done got it. I might as well get my sausage in there. Oh yeah, they gonna smash it. But will they consider it to be high value or highly sought after? They're not. Your children, regardless of how many fathers are in the picture, they always are going to see you as valuable. You always going to be priceless to them. You always are going to be their world. But a man looking for a life partner, he ain't looking for a mother. A man looking for a life partner is not connected to you the way the children are connected to you. They need their mother. He don't need you to be his mother. He is looking to build a life. Obviously, we're talking about a younger generation. By the time you our age, the majority of our kids are already grown and they done been on their way. So we're talking about a younger generation. A man is looking to build his life. If he see that you've already built that life 3 or 4 times with 3 or 4 different men, then he has to place a different value on it. And more than likely, he's not going to consider that to be high value. So let me wrap it up. You are valuable as a woman. 4 kids, 5 kids, 6 kids, 6 different men. You valuable. Somebody needs you. Somebody would not be able to manage. Somebody would really be hurt. The fact that you are here on this earth, you are valuable. But don't confuse who you are. A mom of three different baby daddies. Don't confuse who you are with how you are perceived in the dating pool. I call it in the market space. Don't confuse who you are. You know, as a woman, I done had 3 kids, 3 different men. I got a degree. I'm working. I'm successful. I can cook. I can help. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. We can build together. Yes, you know who you are. You know who you are. You solid now. You got it together now. You learn now. I'm with you. But don't confuse who you are with how you are perceived in the space. 3 kids, 3 different men, especially in a short span of time, there is a perception that come with that. Don't confuse who you are, which we know is you're valuable to someone, the fact that you exist, with how you are perceived in the market space. When we're talking about locating and building and seeking after a high value woman. Hopefully that has made sense. Hopefully you got it. Bye.